Hello YouTubers, Joe Kersey here on I guess December 16th, and we've got we've had a little bit more snow and things, and you can sort of see the stuff there, and you can see our icicles, so forth. Okay. Now Paul's got the rest of the week off. When do you go back to work, Paul?
I got a meeting Friday.
Yeah.
I go back Sunday.
So you go back to work, actually you work on Sunday, but you go to a meeting on Friday.
Yeah. Sunday the 22nd I go back.
Well, that's Gale. He's got a paid vacation here. And then, was there going to be another week they're going to save for you?
Pardon me?
Was there going to be another week they were going to save for you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll get another week.
Before the April date.
Right.
Ah, so see, they're actually saving his vacation time for him. See, he's got 2 weeks off now, and they're making sure he gets it without getting screwed out of it. Is that right?
Right.
Excellent. God bless this outfit he works for. Indeed.
Another week or two coming up.
Well, good. So he's good. So next Sunday you go back, and next Sunday I'll go back and read in church. And,
yeah, because you read one.
Yeah, I'm number one reader. Yeah, reader number one. Yeah.
And I'll see what the schedule is on the 20th because I got a meeting that I have to be at.
No, good. Excellent. So there we go. Well, excellent. So here we go, guys, again. Now, this is about 1700 in the afternoon. Well, it has to be in the afternoon. It's 1700, isn't it? On Eastern time. December 16th, Monday. This is Monday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Monday. 2013. And I was thinking I'm going to let this day slide by, but I thought, no, because, what's happened is a couple of people have subscribed to me, and I thought, well, let's give these people some new material. So, for what it's worth, pardon my eye pole wobbling about, but that's the way it is. Oh, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, guys. I've been up since 4:30. Now I do have some stuff thawing out and getting ready to cook, so we're going to have some food here shortly, but still. My favorite interlocutor, my ex-wife, called. Well, I called her today, but she had called me yesterday, so it's like, who's on first? What a horrible thing that is trotted out as what a horrible thing is trotted out as, how great the earlier popular culture was. It was terrible. It's terrible, just like today's popular culture is. So in any case, I called my ex-wife, and we had a very civil conversation. Now, we did finally try to clarify. Well, yes, we tried to clarify this misunderstanding about the various architectural terms in this article about the art in the sanctuary, or art in the church, art in the nave, thing was, and we seemed to get that resolved without too much personal invective. That was good. And then somewhere along the line, I didn't, again, a lot of the stuff I don't bring up, and she got talking about this fellow that she calls my mentor. Well, I hate that phrase, mentor. I refuse to use the term mentor. This fellow is the guy that brought me back from Fort Wayne to Columbus and basically saved my life, because then I was able to decide that I was going to be able to maybe have another chance at, well, being myself. And he was a great guy. I mean, he had Paul, he'd put on this huge party every sort of Christmas, Hanukkah season, and his wife was Jewish, and he was more or less nominally Christian. And we went over there, and it was great. I mean, and what a tremendous party. And but leave that aside. What was interesting was this guy was one of these guys. This guy had a very rich and full life, and he died here about 10 years ago. And he had been in the first, or not the First World War, the Second World War, and he had started medical school. How'd that work out? Anyway, he had been in the Second World War, and then he got out of the Second World War, and he was in the Marines. And then he got in medical school, and he had enough time to finish medical school before the Korean War started, and then wham, he was in the Korean War. And somewhere along the line, either before that or just shortly after that, he had become an interior lineman for the Detroit Lions. This guy had this huge sort of life resume, and well, then he went and trained as an anesthesiologist, which was then a very new specialty at Ohio State under J. Jacoby. And he was sort of like one of the giants of early anesthesiology in the United States. And so then he gets trained by J. Jacoby at Ohio State. And see, in the meantime, before that, he had been a general practitioner in Hamilton, Ohio. So, I mean, this guy had a full, rich life. And so he gets trained, and then he practices at Ohio State for a while. And a number of the nurse anesthetists that were there when I was still in training, he had trained, or he'd been there at the same time they were training, and so they knew him. So when I was a resident, they knew this guy. But so in the interim, he'd gone out and to California, and of course he had shed the first wife, and then so out in California he got the second wife, and then in California he shed the second wife and got the third wife, moved to Las Vegas for about 8 or 9 months, and he shed the third wife. Then he moved back to Columbus, and people saying, "Oh, he's back, Merle's back, he's back, Merle's back," and oh, it's great. And I thought, who's Merle? Who's Merle? Well, by something we found out. Hence, what I just told you. Hence what I just told you. Merle projected a force field around himself at all times, and it was neither benign or malign, and if he wanted a sandwich, he told you, anybody who was around him at any one time, to give him a sandwich. Go get him a sandwich. Go get me a glass of milk. Go get me a this. Go get me a pop. He viewed anybody who was in his perceptual distance to be an agency of his own will. And that was how he operated, and that was how he got along. Go get me a sandwich. I mean, there was many a time. There was also sometimes he wanted conversation. Come on in here while I take a dump. So he'd go to the can and take a dump, and he'd say, "I want to talk. Let's have a conversation." And he'd start just conversing. And so at that particular moment in time, that was my role in regards as Merle was, in the world. And so nowadays, I suppose that'd be called something horrible, but what? No, come on, this man taught me, I'll tell you, this man taught me a lot of tricks. This guy taught me a lot of old-timer tricks. And, some of these old-timer tricks pulled my behind out of the can a couple of times when I was puzzled beyond belief. And, wow, I'll put up with his so-called harassment any time of day to learn these kind of tricks. The other thing is, his fourth wife, I won't give her a name. His fourth wife was, she was kind of a, how should we say, overblown princess. This man's a Protestant, but this woman was an overblown princess. And I'm not trying to be a bigot here, but just there it is. And she never could take me seriously because I talked with a Southwest Ohio accent. Well, she couldn't take me seriously for a lot of other reasons either, but and it made her happy not to take me seriously. And and the great thing about Merle was he knew what was going on, and it made him happy to see her being happy. Now, if I didn't know Merle better than I had known him by that time, see, I'd done anesthesia on this man twice by then. So if I had known Merle as well at that time, I'd be pissed off at the way he was treating me and so forth. But that's just the way it was. This man had myself and Paul as a guest in their house at a Christmas party, / Hanukkah party. Come on. Get a break. Put up with it, guys. Big deal. The man's a great guy. Well, and his son turned out to be a very good orthopedic surgeon who's now down in Cincinnati. And wow, he saved my life. I was getting ready to put a gun in my mouth and blow my brains out when he said, "Come down and work down here in Columbus," because he was medical director at Grant at that time, and I was getting ready to blow my brains out, and didn't have to then because I had a new job. So it was great. Thanks, Merle. Thanks, God. I got that in the wrong order. Thanks, God. Thanks, Merle. Thanks for using Merle as your instrument. So, there we are. There we are, as we say. So, I'm gonna yank off here now. Not yank off right now. I might yank off later tonight. Be that as it. So Paul was having a good laugh on that one. I might show you Paul here. God bless you, Paul. Paul's looking very stolid. He's looking very stolid.
Yeah, right.
Bye-bye, YouTuber.